Thank you.
So the replacement for the Russian proton rockets is called Angara.
Hmm?
But that keeps getting pronounced sounding kind of like Angora. Goat rocket.
There was a something next to the pantry door, and I flicked it with my foot back towards the kitchen, you know, to see what it was. I mean, I could tell it wasn't a smear of poop or barf or whatever. But also to make sure it wasn't alive. No, it was a dead bug. Flicked it. Brandy saw me flick it. Went over to sniff at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then did like a little dry heave. Move. From... Yeah, no shit.
Gross.
You like to eat them, so...
She likes to eat them fresh.
Waiting for APR to notice me. And there he is.
And like Puzzler Vincent likes to, yeah, he just, really likes his former Catholics. It's like sour warheads for cats.
Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Anita is getting plushies made. That's one of them.
It's Peter Rabbit, not Peter Bunny. I was Peter Rabbit's mother in the kindergarten play.
Would you mind pouring me some more? Thank you. Alright, so, hello Internet. It is 2:04 p.m. on Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Remembrance Day.
It is a weirdly round rabbit.
Mm-hmm. One second. Had a chunk of peanut stuck in my molar. Didn't want to do that on camera. Thank you.
Here's the old stick nut, eh? Sounds like a Soviet spacecraft.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Really? You can imagine like a stuck nut 4 launching through Viker?
No. Chair doesn't want to roll.
I mean, I assume it would be spelled weirdly and like mean something, but yes, stuck nut just sounds like. Sounds like something that launched from a cosmodrome.
Alright. Chat monitor is all up. So, Hello, Internet. I already did that. Said the date and everything. I'm Mark Amstry, DJ Amstrak, and I am holding court here on the throne of games. That's Daniel. He's working.
It's Veterans Day.
Oh yeah, it is Veterans Day. So you're not working.
About 12 minutes ago or so.
Ah. Well, then he's not working.
So I was just having waffles.
I didn't even think about that. Well, you are doing your own thing, though.
Probably tune in while you're doing stretches.
He'll be hanging out, but...
I do have some quests to do.
Ah. Hey, Remy. Meow.
Gotta get some tire.
You want to tell that to the internet?
Maybe I'll have to do that, actually.
Meow.
Do an alignment quest. Ran into a freaking cleric and he didn't like the cut of my jib, so he cast Chaos and I had to go through a bunch of bullshit for him. Freaking clerics. I think I got a space heater and a timer.
Remy is working at being a twerp, as usual. I mean, she's not being that bad right now, but just you wait. Anyway, today I'm going to be continuing, maybe concluding, Shadowrun Dragonfall. We're finally taking the fight to Feuerschwinge. Because we know, we learned where, what?
Going back.
What was his name?
Going back to where it all began.
Yeah, going back to where it all began, because...
Stupid mansion where Monica got killed.
Because, yeah, that the Dragon Slayer is being held at that very first place. So...
Where apparently they were just letting you go about your little Shadowrunnery ways.
Yeah, until...
Resistance, until you started getting in danger of getting into their secrets.
Yeah, until we got to the basement, at which point they were like, whoa, they're gonna find something.
Oh look, they're stealing crap from the upper chambers. No one cares.
Yep.
Did they just breach the basement? Uh-oh. Well, guess we gotta kill him.
Come on, Steam. Let me restart Steam. Stop.
Yeah, that's not the sound you want to hear. Steam should probably be more like... The pressure should be going up, not down.
There we go.
Griftlands? What is that? Some sort of game about doing con jobs?
Probably.
No, it actually said Driftlands.
Oh, I thought it said Grift.
It did not. I was just messing with the name.
Computer? Oh, come on.
What's it doing? It looks okay from here.
I couldn't see anything. The screen was all black.
Oh, poop. Yeah, I was sitting at the main menu with, like, Iger's portrait painted.
It seems to do that when I... okay, so what I had done was... I clicked to launch the game, then I tried to click over to change the layout, the stream layout. And it's done that once before, where when I do that, if the game loses focus right as it's trying to launch, I get nothing. Or at least nothing displays on my screen.
Yeah, KSP gets a little jank when you pull that too. Messing around with the focus of a game that would like to be full screen given the chance. is a good way to make you trip over yourself for no identifiable reason.
Yeah. I mean, alt-tabbing out of the game typically doesn't pose problems. It's just right at that moment.
So apparently it really was called Driftlands. I thought it's called Driftlands, and I was just messing with it.
Oh no. The VL Civic Center. I don't see Sam standing here, though. Did he get killed? And is this the... Oh no, here's Sam, over here. Phew. And that's Lane. Okay, so... they're both fine. Alexei Lane looks to have endured the attack on the Kreutz Bazaar without injury. You find him surveying the damage with sad eyes. You alright? The troll shakes a heavy head, showing more weariness than wound. This should have never happened. Not here. It is one thing to strike an old man whose time is done, but to attack the Kreutz Bazaar and endanger the lives of innocents, that is unforgivable. The cowards who ordered this attack will face justice. You have my word. There's a fine line between justice and vengeance, but right now I don't much care to make a distinction. Do whatever you must. For the Kreutz Bazaar to remain safe, it needs people like you. Viel, what a relief to see you alive. Samuel wraps you in an enormous hug. You should know that your generosity has saved dozens of lives. What happened? When the attackers came, we all took refuge in the VL Civic Center. Its strong walls and sturdy gate kept us all safe from harm. Had our people been on the street, had they been in our old building, which came under fire during the attack, none of them would be alive. We owe you, Viel, more now than ever. You may not look upon yourself as a hero, but to the people of the Kreutz Bazaar, that is what you always will be. Does he have anything new to say about Alexander and Silka? Nope. Nope, nothing new there. Hey, Zach. That was crazy, mein Freund. Bullets flying, people dropping like flies. Crazy. Old Zach had to use his magic on a few of them. See that puddle over there? He lazily points to a yellow-green stain on the cobblestones, then gives you a slow nod. Yeah, that was one of them. Attacker, thy name is Goo. Well done, I suppose. Zach bows down with a flourish. Thank you, friend, thank you. So, what can old Zach get you? Nothing. Zach shrugs, then slowly raises his right hand and waggles his finger. Toodles. Oh, and Kim's okay. That's good. In the aftermath of the attack, you are surprised to see Simi Kim has survived, with only a few scrapes and bruises. You saved us. As many as I could. So many more would be gone if you hadn't been here. Are you hurt? I lost my shoe when I was running, and then I fell. But Doc Escabel found me. He picked me up, took me with him. He hid me in a drawer, gave me a blanket, and told me to be quiet. It was so dark, and it smelled, but I didn't make a sound. I heard yelling, things breaking, and gunshots, I think. If I had one of my Sims, I could have just gone inside, but I didn't, so I had to stay out here. I don't know how long it was, but when the drawer opened, it was over. Maybe Doc Escabel has some redeeming qualities. Maybe.
So slight she can fit in a drawer?
It's probably more like a, not like a morgue refrigerator, but something closer to it, I would bet.
Oh.
I'm gonna go check on the others. Okay. Yeah. Lucky Strike still doesn't want to talk. Surprised she doesn't have anything to say about the stuff that just happened. Hey, Doc. Viel. Dr. Escabel gives you a once-over and nods. I see that you made it through the attack relatively unscathed. Did you have any run-ins? No. Truth be told, I was in surgery when the attackers hit, and they never disturbed my office. I spent the entire sorry event elbows deep in the abdomen of an elderly dwarf. His nephretic screen needed a tune-up. That's funny. Simi Kim tells a different story. The sound of Simi's name wipes the smile from his face. He stares at you, the color draining from his cheeks. Ah, yes, Kim. I didn't know that you two were acquainted. Why the lie, Doc? You saved her. If anything, I'd think that you'd brag about it. It wasn't a lie. Not completely. I was working on a patient when the fighting broke out. When I heard the gunshots, I ducked out of my office to find the girl. When I got back, I hid her away and went back into surgery. Thanks to a copious dose of isoflurane and nitrous oxide, my patient was blissfully unaware of the interruption. Simi also said that she heard gunshots and breaking glass. Care to revise your story any further? Escabel's lips tighten in distaste. Please don't call her that. Her name is Kim. And yes, an attacker did break in partway through the operation. He fired his weapon into the wall and shattered some very delicate equipment. How'd you get rid of him? That will remain my secret. Suffice it to say that my experiences in Spain gave me a newfound appreciation for high lethality security systems. Let your imagination run wild from there. There is a long pause. Escabel tries on another smile, but it falls away quickly. I don't intend to spend any longer on this, VL. I've already said my piece. I feel a certain level of responsibility for Kim's welfare. Never mind why. So I take care of her as best I can. That's all that I intend to say on the subject, so we can talk shop, or you can leave. Your choice. Platinum trauma kits. And premium med kits.
She's premium! Dude!
What?
There was an episode of The Simpsons where Snake lost his car somehow, and he could smell that the new owner had put regular in the tank.
Ah, okay.
Is that regular? Dude, she needs premium! Dude! very silly.
Gunari. Viel, I'm glad to see that you made it through the attack. Not all of mine were so lucky. Are you okay, Herr Medbach? No. I lost a niece today. But I'm doing a whole hell of a lot better than our attackers are. Those sons of bitches hit the wrong Keats. I put 6 of them in the ground personally, and when I find out who they are, where they lived... He turns his head and spits. Ain't nothing gonna save those people. He shakes his head and returns his attention to you. But you didn't come here to listen to me rage. You're after a bit of payback yourself, I'll wager. So, what can I do to help you get it? I don't really have need of anything. He nods. Very well. Until next time, then.
Just took her half the street lights.
The elf behind the counter says nothing. She stands in silence, staring at you. No cryptic messages this time? No prophecies? No, not after what just happened here. Not today. Today, I wish to offer you a gift. Something special. She leans in toward you, and for the first time since your initial meeting, she opens her eyes wide. Her voice goes deadly serious. I want you to look at me. Not with the crude orbs of meat in your skull. I want you to use your true vision. You know the kind that I mean. Just this once, I will cast aside the veil. Just this once you will see what I really am. Your third eye flits open, casting the world into a shimmering sea of grayness. Cautiously, you peer into Absinthe's aura. Chaos. You are staring into the mouth of chaos, a howling vortex of golden light and green water, with a gaping maw of pure nothingness at its center. As you stare into the void, you can feel it staring back. Its vision reaches into and through you, and then, all at once, it swallows you.
Gotta have those meat orbs.
Meat orbs. In the stillness, at the center of that yawning void, time seems to slow. Gradually, you find a semblance of peace. There is beauty here. The interplay of green and gold swirling around you is breathtaking, intoxicating. Your thoughts become sluggish. It feels like you've been drugged. Slowly, through the swirling water, you begin to catch sight of something. A huge alien shape lined with ribbon-like tendrils of golden light. You can feel it closing in on you, a looming presence of suffocating enormity. Slowly, haltingly, it reaches toward you. Your arms and legs feel heavy and useless. It feels like you're swimming in tree sap. You are helpless. What's left of your sense of self rebels, and unconsciousness slams into you like a freight train. Suddenly, mercifully, everything goes black. When you struggle your way back to consciousness, you find yourself lying in a heap on the ground. Absinthe offers a hand to help you to your feet. What the hell are you? I am nothing of consequence. An observer of human nature. Nothing more. We come from very different places, VL. But we both call this Kreutz Bazaar home, and I hope that you will consider me a friend. That's not an answer. Tell me what you are. Something beyond your understanding. A child of the astral plane, wild and free, unfettered by the bonds of servitude that chain so many of my kind. In truth, what I am should not concern you so much as what I know. Okay, I'll bite. What do you know? Truths hidden from mortal eyes, In my time as an observer of this world, I have witnessed a great many things. Wonders and terrors beyond measure, the birth and death of nations, the rise and fall of gods. I have seen the ebb and flow of magic from the fourth world to the fifth to the sixth. I have watched in awe as the tides carried wonder and miracle into the world of men, and I have mourned as they were swept back out again. I have borne witness as the cycle began and ended and began itself anew. Something like that. I have seen what came at the end of the fourth world thousands of years ago, when ancient Thera crumbled into the sea. I saw the things that crawled in the carcass of that once great nation. Vile, terrible things. Even now I can feel them. They drift on tides of mana, hungrily awaiting the end of the sixth world, and the death of all that you know. I have seen what they will do when this world has run its course, Orc. They will rip the guts from your dying civilization, and they will feast upon your screams. Hold up, who are they? The Horrors! Yeah, things born of nightmare. Horrors.
Scourge.
The dark spaces between the metaplanes crawl with them. She looks into your eyes, and you can feel your head swimming. Your kind fears what it can see. Corporations, dragons, violence and poverty, and the random cruelty of fate. If you could perceive reality the way that I do, you would know that there are much greater things to fear.
Veil of reality, turn.
If the world were an ocean, the hazards that you know might be sharks. Dangerous creatures, to be sure, and worthy of respect. But below them, in the silent deep, Leviathan circles. She turns away. Go now, Viel. Talk to Algernon. After all that has happened, I'm sure that he'll be glad to see you. But remember what I've told you. I will. Salutations, youngster. I believe that the Kreutz Bazaar is still standing, thanks to you. It was a team effort. Monica would have done the same. I agree, and you have filled her shoes admirably. Now tell me, how may I serve you? Any questions that you can answer? Oh yeah. What can you tell me about Dante? He's not a normal dog. Indeed not. Dante is part hellhound, bred to be an elite guard dog. I assume he has manifested some of his awakened abilities? Yeah. How did you know he was a hellhound? Monica bought him from me some time ago. He was a special order. She thought he could guard Herr Amsel while she was away on business. Should I be worried about him? I would keep him fed if I were you. I understand he likes soy jerky. But if what I've heard is true, he has bonded to you. Unless you mistreat him, you have nothing to worry about. Now, is there anything else that you need to know? Can I see what you're selling? Hey, Acid Bolt 4. +1 conjuring and spirit control could be nice, but my current gear, I think, gives the same amount of armor and 3 charisma, so nah. Ooh, Hellstorm Barrier, that sounds cool. Too bad I don't have yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's all I need for now. So she's basically the opposite of whatever a horror is. I'm not sure what that is, but...
Or at least a tiny avatar of such
Yeah.
a creature. Most of her kind are bound in ways?
So it said. The Turk is pale. His eyes, sunken into his head, are ringed by dark circles. We are closed today, Effendi. I would have locked the door, but the lock is broken. Now I must stand guard. You look terrible, my friend. Tell me what has happened. He rubs his hand across his mouth. During the attack on the Kreutz Bazaar, they broke through the door heavily armed. 2 of them. They broke through the door and just started shooting. No questions, no robbery, just shooting. Cammy, my girl, my little street rat, they... He holds his hands over his face, collects himself. I reached under the counter. I keep a gun there, you see, and they saw. Both of them turned on me. Goldschmidt, that fat idiot Goldschmidt, flung himself in my way. How he managed to move that great mass of a body so quickly is a mystery to me. He hung there, suspended in time as they shot him, dancing on their bullets as they ripped him apart. But he shielded me long enough, Effendi. I was able to get my gun and end those sons of whores. I'm sorry, Barakazi. I am sorry, too. Such loss. Such loss. Still, it is good for us, I think. Healthy. It reminds us that even though we have created our little island of stability in the Kreutz Bazaar, this is still the flux state, still Berlin, and the wolf is always at the door. If we are to keep our home, we must be vigilant, and we need people like Monica, people like you to keep it safe. Sag Holun, my friend. Be healthy. Be strong. A calm? Oh, the opposite of a horror. I see. I wonder if that is what they would, what they're called in the lore. I mean, it would make sense. It sounds a little unusual, but... Hey, Malit. The attack, it was terrible, VL. So much death. She shakes her head. I had not killed since I retired from running the shadows. Not until today. But you are not here to listen to me complain. She forces a smile. So what can I get for you? Name it and I will provide. Oh, what do you got? Let's see. I'm not sure if it works like this, but these are relatively cheap, and I'm basically at endgame anyway. I'm gonna see if I can't upgrade some of Blitz's spells, or programs here. That works. Not for me, though. Confirm. I have 9 karma to spend. Ooh, I could send it on Conjuring and unlock those other spells. Or I could spend it on Spirit Control and hope to have enough for the Conjuring when I come back. Spirit Control has been, or like Spirit Summoning has been my primary focus, though, so I'll go with that. Oh yeah, the actual reason I opened that up was because I was going to save. Assemble the team and travel to the coordinates that Alice provided to find a backdoor access point and shut down the Apex AI. I only have 4 team slots. I'm gonna need Blitz. Vigor and Glory. It's the usual team. Apex. An artificial intelligence designed for Matrix warfare. The thought of it sends a chill down your spine. For years, the Shadows have been ripe with rumors of true AI. Names like Mirage and Psychotrope have fueled conspiracy boards on the Shadowlands BBS since 2029. Most savvy Shadowrunners dismiss these stories as bunk, but from what Alice has told you, at least one of the stories is real. Apex is waiting for you, somewhere down in the basement of an abandoned Satyr-Krupp lab. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wade through a lot of gang territory to get there. Excuse me. Should have a trauma kit. She should also have a trauma kit. She should have a grenade launcher. And another trauma kit. Alright. Is that another Amber Alert? The same Amber Alert, even.
What? Okay, I'm starting to think the system's having issues.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday that I got an Amber Alert 4 times for the exact same event. A huge orc in ragged combat fatigue steps forward to meet you. He walks with the swollen bravado of a man who's used to getting what he wants. One of his meaty arms jerks up, hand held upright in the universal sign for stop. The other clutches a bulky assault rifle. The orc inspects you. His body language is decidedly unfriendly. You don't look like a magnificer. You're not one of us, and I'm guessing you ain't here for the hub either. So tell me, who are you? And what's your interest in this building? I need to get into the basement. It's important. Oh, it's important, you say? He makes a sweeping gesture in the direction of the building behind him. The other assorted toughs behind him smile. Well, by all means, go on in then. You're being sarcastic. Ha!
Intelligence too.
You're a sharp one. He smiles at you, revealing a mouth filled with jagged teeth. This building's under Arbiter protection. We can't just let you waltz in and shoot up the place. I'm not planning on shooting anything, not unless I have to. Yeah, well, I can't exactly take that at face value. Look, it'd be better for everyone if you just turned back. We don't want to fight you, but we can't risk letting an unknown player into this situation right now. Maybe I could help you out with your situation. Well, that puts a different spin on things. He pauses for a moment to consider. You look like you can handle yourself. We could probably use you if you'd be willing to help. There'd even be some money in it for you. But if not, well... The assault rifle in his hand shifts position slightly. That's a different conversation. And what exactly do you want us to do? Iger's tone is neutral, her posture relaxed, but one of her hands casually comes to rest on the butt of her shotgun. Ulrich doesn't seem to notice. We're having some trouble with a local mage gang, the Magnificers. The orc turns his head and spits. They attacked us without warning, took up in our building, and kicked us onto the street. Me and my boys were the rightful protectors of this block. But the assholes that screwed us, they've got the building buttoned up pretty tight. We can't get in there to make things right. But maybe you can. If you could enter the building and do some damage to those Drek-eating Magnificers, the Arbiters would be willing to pay you. 200 nuyen per kill. You bring me back their amulets, and you get paid. How's that sound? Iger raises an eyebrow. Your call, fearless leader. You know the timetable we're working on. $200 nuyen per head ain't bad, but from where I'm standing it looks like you need my help, and that tells me you can do better. Fine, 250 per head, but that's my final offer. Works for me. Good. Yeah, I think that this'll work. Iger gives you a small nod. Her hand falls away from the stock of her shotgun. You need anything else, or are you ready to go crack some skulls? I want to know who I'm working for. I'm Ulrich, leader of the Berlin chapter of the Arbeiters. We're a poly club, small but growing. We serve the people of the working class, protect them from the parasites that would exploit them. I support your ideals. He nods, a look of satisfaction on his face. I want to know what I'm going up against. Tell me about the Magnificers. A gang of parasites. They think that their magical talents make them better than everyone else. Because of that, they feel entitled to take whatever they want. Up until recently, they've been content with pulling pranks and stealing purses. Childish dreck, but they were basically harmless. Then their new leader took over. Calls himself Trithemius, but I remember when he was just a skinny little prick named Yuri. He lets out a divisive snort. Or derisive snort, not divisive. I should have kept a better eye on him, I guess. Should have stomped him flat when he started putting on airs. Would have saved everyone a heap of trouble. Trithemius took over the Magnificers, militarized them, and convinced them that they could take us. And thanks to the element of surprise, they actually managed to do it. The orc folds his arms across his burly chest. Any day now, we're going to show him exactly how bad an idea that was. I think I'll start by breaking Yuri's neck. You look pretty dug in out here. How long do you intend to man the trenches? We'll be out here as long as it takes. We're taking our building back, one way or another. For over 3 years we protected that place. We held it for the people to do with as they pleased, kept it safe from parasites and exploiters. Everything was cool until those Draxau Magnificers sucker punched us. No negotiation, no warning, they just turned on us out of the blue. Brought a couple dozen spirits down on our heads. I didn't even know that we were under attack until the water in my bathtub sneaked up and tried to drown me. Most of us got out alive, but we've been stuck out here ever since. Just give us some time, though. We'll take the building back. We'll starve them out if we have to. And when we do, those scrawny bastards are gonna pay. Anything I should know about the building before I head inside? You'll probably see some burnouts floating around the ground floor. They're all there for the hub. It's like some kind of church or something. Guy called Parson runs it. Between you and me, they're all batshit crazy. Not dangerous, just nuts. Why do you keep them around at all, then? Because a lot of them are rich. They paid a direct load in rent, and we redistributed that wealth to the common man. I can support that. He gives you a slow nod. It's what we do. Just one more thing. I need to get into the basement. Anything you can do that'd help me out? Basement? What could you possibly want to go down there for? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You'd be surprised what I'll believe. Try me. Alright, I need to stop a killer AI so that I can rescue an elderly scientist from a ghost dragon. The future of Berlin could be at stake. You're right, I don't believe you. You're either lying or you're crazy. But crazy has its uses. Alright, I'll get you into that basement. But it'll cost you. You're charging us? Seriously? This isn't even your building anymore. You've got the wrong idea. I don't need Nuyen, my friend. What I need is Trithemius' head on an effing platter. Problem is, he's holed up somewhere in the building and we don't know where. Best guess? He's hiding somewhere upstairs in a room with no exterior windows. Somewhere, probably someplace close, he stashed the power coupling for the elevator. He pulled it to keep us from getting access to the guns we stashed in the basement. So, you find and kill Trithemius, grab the coupling out of his apartment, and bring me that stupid amulet he's always wearing so I'll know he's dead. He cracks a grin. Then, I give you the control chip that I pulled when we had to fall back. Slot them both back into the elevator, and it'll take you straight to the basement. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Good. Just remember, no amulet, no basement. Now go on through and show that little prick what it means to screw with the Arbeiters. Hi, Parson. The attendant behind the counter is an uncommonly fine-featured dwarf with a beatific smile. Beatific? I've never been clear on how to pronounce that. Smile. A yellow ID tag pinned to his chest announces his name in large blocky letters. Parson. He nods at you and raises a hand in greeting. Welcome to the hub, brother. Are you here to share in the splendor of communion? If so, I can show you to an empty terminal. What do you do here? I am the custodian of the hub. I tend to the bodies of our brothers and sisters while they share in the rapture of communion. Tell me more. Communion is a spiritual experience, friend, available to all for a small donation. He gestures at the banks of terminals lining the walls. The hub acts as the core of the communion. Those who jack into it are in turn linked to one another, daisy-chained together at the brainstem. Race, gender, social class, all of the artificial barriers to empathy that we've constructed as a culture, communion strips them all away. It is a monument to the great truth that so many of us deny, that we are all the same at the core. Imagine it, friend. Dozens of individual minds all tied together into a single cohesive whole, sharing in a collective subconscious connected through the hub. Parson raises his hands in supplication. Join with us and feel your limitations fall away. Not right now, thanks. Parson inclines his head. His smile does not falter. Whenever you are ready, you may return. Is there anything more that I can help you with in the meantime? I have some questions for you about the local gang activity. We do seem to have more than our fair share. Very well, I will answer your questions. Should I be worried about the gang war that seems to be gearing up around us? While you remain in the hub, you have nothing to fear. We pay well for the use of this place, and neither gang would risk driving us away. And the rest of the building? He spreads his hands. If you choose to go exploring, I can't guarantee your safety. What can you tell me about the Arbiters? Parson lets out a heavy sigh. A pack of snarling animals dressed up as a polyclub. I'd steer clear of them if I were you. Their ideology is loosely based on neo-communist movements from the past. In truth, I think that they just copied a few pages from an old Red Army faction handbill without ever bothering to learn what they meant. For all their rhetoric, the Arbiters are just another street gang. They shout for the sake of shouting. There's no real conviction there. If you came from outside, you've probably bumped into their leader, a huge orc who calls himself Ulrich. He can seem reasonable, but I'd give him a wide berth. One more note. If I were you, I'd avoid being seen with the Magnificers. The Arbiters take shots at members of the Mage Gang whenever they see them. If you're not careful, you could find yourself caught in the crossfire. I need to know more about the Magnificers. Power-drunk fools, the lot of them. The Arbiters were bad enough, but the Magnificers are even worse. The Arbiters' interests were limited to theft and violence in the name of their cause. The Magnificers, they have power, and they seem to relish in abusing it. Now that they've claimed the upper levels of the building, it isn't safe to travel beyond the ground floor. Several members of our congregation have been mauled to death by the Magnificers' pet spirits. Now we only travel in groups. You're safe down here, though. Yes, Trithemius needs the hub. To threaten this congregation would be to jeopardize his primary source of income, but the upper floors enjoy no such protection. They have become dangerous places to travel. Any idea how I could find Trithemius? The smile fades from Parsons' face. Trithemius is a dangerous man. Why do you ask? I have business with him. Private business. He studies your face for a moment, then nods. Fair enough. Trithemius is almost certainly upstairs, hidden away from the outside world. I wouldn't advise going after him, but if your mind is made up, I suppose that I can't change it. Yes, I can tell you how to find him, but I will need something from you in return. Yeah, of course you will. Saw that coming. Tell us what you need. A pair of squatters on the second floor ripped the guts out of one of my terminals. They've taken the data jack signal converter, and the terminal will be out of commission until I get it back. A single damaged terminal may not sound like much, but trust me, the entire experience of communion has been diminished by this act of vandalism. I believe that I know the squatters responsible. Their leader's name is Janet. She is a decker of some skill. I don't know what she has planned for my parts, but I do know that this situation will not stand. I cannot allow another terminal to be damaged. And so you want us to deal with them for you? Yes, but not with violence. I want you to talk with them and convince them to bring me back my components. Do this, and I'll tell you how to get to Trithemius. Deal?
That's funny.
Sounds straightforward enough? Excellent. It's a deal, then. Can you tell me anything about this building? Beyond the hub, there isn't much to speak of. There's a small shop down the hall if you're hungry or in need of basic supplies. He shrugs and offers you an apologetic smile, and that's about it, I'm afraid. What about the upper levels? There are floors above us, of course, but you're unlikely to find anything of value up there. Just the domiciles of the faithful and the magnificers who have taken charge of the building. I would steer clear of them if I were you. I need to get down to the basement. Ah, that would be difficult. The stairway leading down to the building's sublevels has been blocked, and the elevator has been sabotaged. It stopped working at the same time that the Arbiters were driven from the building. As we discussed, if you recover my stolen property, I will tell you how to find Trithemius. Otherwise, you could try your luck with Ulrich out front, but I wouldn't recommend it. Come back any time. Carl! The man behind the counter looks tired. His lids are heavy, and his eyes are bloodshot. Welcome to Carl's General Store. What can I do for you? Need some info. He rubs his eyes and does his best to shake himself awake. Yeah, alright. What do you want to know? What's the layout of this place like? He pauses for a moment, gathering his thoughts. When the words come, they're slow as molasses. Well, you're on the first floor. That's the hub. And my shop. The second floor has mostly been converted into makeshift apartments for people to live in. A gang squats up there, the Magnificers. Dangerous people. I'd stay away from them. The third floor is mostly housing too. Lots of Parsons communion crazies live up there. The Magnificers have a squad up there too. He leans in and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I'm pretty sure their main crib is up there too. Don't know exactly where. What do you know about the Magnificers? They don't care about much, aside from their own magic. Whole world's one big magical pissing contest to them. Always trying to summon bigger and better spirits. Dangerous stuff, man. Must be tough having to live down here with that going on over your head. It ain't easy. They charge less in protection than the Arbiters did, but they don't care about keeping anything even approaching order. They just hide out in their clubhouse, get high, and summon spirits that terrorize and kill people up on the third floor. Poor bastards. What do you know about the Arbiters? Bunch of tough guys. They took a big cut of my sales and protection money, all in the name of the working class. Funny, last time I checked, I was one of the working class. In fact, I'm the only one who's working in this whole damn building. He spreads his arms, a helpless look on his face. But at least they kept some form of law. Mugging and assaults were rare, and they didn't let murderous spirits run loose on the upper floors. So, you take the good with the bad. That's all the info I need for now. Okay, so, you want to buy something? Let me see your inventory. Premium medkits. Did not expect that from him. And lots of cram. Yeah, I'll buy a couple of premium medkits. I don't have room for them in my inventory right now, but I'll have them later.
Has there been any indication of a mechanic that allows you to give blitz to those programs?
I won't know until I get him to jack in. Because there is a, like, loadout screen when you do that. Anyway, I need more to drink. I'll be right back. This elevator appears to be offline. The control panel's LCD screen is unlit, and its metal casing is badly dented. Your decker easily pries the metal casing away from the wall, exposing a mess of wires and circuitry. After a quick inspection, it becomes clear that this elevator is wired to operate around a control chip. The chip is missing, and it looks as though a power coupling has been yanked alongside it. Without these components, there is no way for the elevator to function.
Exactly as it looks at.
Yep. Looks like both walls gave way, and they took the roof with them. The entire hallway is blocked with debris. Considering the state of the rest of the building, this stairwell looks relatively clean and intact. Go to the second floor. Oh good, target practice. Yeah, it seems like you need target practice.
What, did they get a surprise round that they used to miss?
Mm-hmm.
Like F11B is using Sharp Sting. I'm not sure what Sharp Sting does. I think it's supposed to miss, maybe?
Meow. No. Ruby, quit it. Jeez, you guys aren't very good at this. Alright. Let's haste glory. And acid bolt someone who's not already acid bolted. Well, it did something anyway. Nice. Achievement unlocked. More bullets, more effective. Miss. Dang it. Nice. Meow. Oh, Kyurem.
Random using armor piercing attacks on mages.
Yeah, I mean, well. Meow. Meow. Miss. Sweet Mimi. And you're done. Meow. Well, I can't use it, but I could sell it later. Meow. Oh, I'm sorry, Remy. Does this graffiti say something? Because that's definitely a tree.
Oh, the huge man tree.
Gunite. Remy. Stop that. Please don't.
Everyone sees your foolishness.
Meow. 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 Come here, Remy. Could you hand me the cat rake? Because if that's what she wants, then I can kind of do that from here. Come here, Remy. Remy. Meow. Okay, I guess not.
You just want to shove your head up someone's sleeve?
And slip around on the paper. You wanna give her a try?
You sit there and shit? Is your butt a nightmare?
Or do you want to just
Always.
get pet in that particular location?
Everybody crowd around her and love her.
The door is locked. There is an intercom panel beside it. Have your decker bypass the lock. Your decker pops the casing off the door control panel and quickly overrides the lock. The door unlocks with a click. A middle-aged woman with chocolate-colored skin and shoulder-length dreadlocks looks up from her PDA with a start. She's decked out in form-fit body armor, and in a flash her assault rifle goes from slung to held at the ready. Who the hell are you? And how did you get through the door? I knocked nice, you just gotta know how. She gestures with her rifle. Cut the shit and start talking. What do you want and why are you here? Parson sent me. He wants his hardware back. She shakes her head violently. No way! Those parts are keeping us online, and not just us, but everyone worth a new yin in this hole. Parson can keep running his ridiculous little cult just fine with what he's got. But us, we're the only Matrix connection that these people have. I don't have time for this. I need those parts right now. I don't want this to get messy, so back down. Not gonna happen. She aims her rifle at you for emphasis. Look, there is far more at stake here than your little corner of the Matrix, but no one needs to get hurt. All I want is the part. She looks you up and down, and you can see the doubt growing in her eyes. Finally, her shoulders slump in defeat. She lowers her gun and signals the others in the room to stand down. Fine. You win, asshole. Take 'em. The terminal's in the back room. You did the right thing. You saved lives. Screw you. Take your parts and get the hell out of my apartment.
Huh. Well, she acquiesced with surprising ease.
There was a charisma 5 or 6 check there for
I'm
it.
surprised it wasn't a case of get something else so people in the building have Matrix access. Then she'll give you...
I mean, I would be glad to do that.
Yeah, because it sounds like she's got a point.
You're back. Again. She brushes a loose strand of hair away from her face. Alright, tell me what you want. The sooner you talk, the sooner we can get this over with. Just looking around. Yeah, we'll go look around outside. Or at the very least, stay out of my hair. I've got things to do. The hacker's terminal has clearly been cobbled together using whatever parts they could find. In spite of this, it's a remarkably impressive piece of machinery. Studying the terminal, it takes almost no time to identify the components that Parson sent you to find. Examine the terminal to see if the signal converter can be removed without disabling it. At the moment, it is impossible to remove the part without disabling the terminal. The converter is required so that the signal the terminal sends can be interpreted by the data jack of its user. Have your teammate examine the terminal to see if the parts can be replaced. The converter is a pretty specialized piece of hardware, but a data jack impulse transmitter is a widely available piece of equipment and could be converted to work in its place. Wait, what? Why? Oh wait, am I supposed to go somewhere else and get a data jack? signal converter thing?
That's possible. Does the general store sell them?
I'll go check.
The Trump White House has forbidden any government agencies, departments, whatever. They cannot talk to Biden or Biden's transition team.
Of course.
He will not allow
So Penny.
no national security briefings to Biden or his people. And Pompeo said, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said a day or two ago that the transition would go very smoothly to a second Trump administration. And then he backed off just a little bit, saying that, you know, we will do our job, we will continue to do our jobs right up until noon on January the 20th, and then we'll do our jobs from there on out with whoever the president may be at that moment. But another article, I forget from where, pointed out that Trump's schedule of, you know, there's always a daily schedule put out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's going to be here and he's going to be doing this thing and that whatever. And there's been virtually nothing on the schedule since the day he was, announced that he had COVID.
Mm.
And of course, it's understandable there. And then while he was in Walter Reed, and then
His dumbass is still
a
sick,
handful
isn't
of
it?
days afterwards, I wouldn't be surprised. And apparently, there's a not insignificant number of long haulers, people who've had COVID and supposedly recovered from it, are having mental health issues. Now, you know, whether that's a direct result of the virus or it has more to do with, you know, the fact that there are other long haul physical problems associated with it, and that this comes on top of all the other things, because of all the other things.
Yeah.
Or it could be a direct result of the virus.
I'm looking for a data jack impulse transmitter. I've got what you need. He looks you up and down, his eyes lingering on the gear you're carrying. 1,000 new yen, no less. 1,000? Can't you cut me a deal? Yeah, I actually am swimming in it. So, alright, here you go. All yours, pleasure doing business.
It's a high price, but yeah, I can afford it. It's probably not worth it much.
Modify the impulse transmitter and replace the signal converter with it. After a few minutes of work, the transmitter is modified and installed. You now have the converter and the terminal is still working. She looks at you expectantly. So? All fixed up, everybody wins. You got your terminal and I've got my parts. You see the tension drain out of her. Thank you. I'm glad this could end without bloodshed. There's been enough of that around here recently. Yeah, sure looks that way. I recovered the parts for your terminal. Ah, excellent, my brother. Let me see them, if you please. Parsons' smile disappears for a moment as he studies the parts. His brow furrows in concentration. As suddenly as it disappeared, the smile returns. Yes, these are the parts that I need. Thank you, friend. I trust that there was no trouble, that you were able to attain them without bloodshed? Of course. We never spill blood when we don't have to. Parsons' face lights up. Oh, that is wonderful news. Truly, truly wonderful. And now I have my end of the deal to uphold. If you're still hell-bent on meeting with Trithemius, take the stairs up to the 3rd floor. You'll find an abandoned apartment at the end of the hall. Look for the stylized M painted on the wall. It looks like 2 crude lightning bolts facing one another. That is Trithemius's personal sigil. There's an old bookcase in the very back of the apartment. Under the 2nd shelf from the bottom, you'll find a button that opens the door to Trithemius's hideout. How do you know all of this? Because that abandoned apartment was once mine. In the days before I discovered the piece of communion, I was a very different man. I had need of such contrivances. His smile widens, but not anymore. Finally, I am at peace. Thanks. Come back any time. Filthy drawers. 46 new yen.
Full of grime, crud, and apparently a nearly empty grace.
The communion speaks, and we listen. Give yourself willingly. Join us and be rewarded. Ah, bliss. Send to stash. The communion must flourish. The communion must grow. We are one through the communion. Join us and all will be one together. On the dresser is a scrap of paper with Shark Tank scribbled on it. Like the TV show? Franz. A group of metahumans huddles together, their eyes wide with terror. Many of them have scrapes and bruises, and a few have more serious injuries. Their clothes are tattered and stained. At your approach, a disheveled-looking middle-aged man steps forward, placing himself between you and the main group. His gray hair is badly matted, and a pair of battered reading glasses hang from the bridge of his nose. Who are you, may I ask? And what are you doing here? VL, and you are? My name is Franz. These are my friends, and my wife. We live together. Well, we used to live together up on the 3rd floor. You used to live upstairs? Yes, until about a week ago. Then the Magnificer's pets moved in, and we had to run for our lives. Spirits, you mean? He nods, a look of pure misery on his face. They're always summoning the damned things, but last week they lost control of a handful. Before we knew what was happening, they were running wild in our living room. We tried to protect ourselves, but we were no match for them. He shakes his head, a haunted look in his eyes. We had no choice but to leave everything behind. We've been scraping by down here ever since. Franz takes a moment to collect himself. When he speaks again, he sounds more composed. At least Janet is letting us use her Matrix uplink. We can still afford to feed ourselves thanks to her. There are uncontrolled spirits loose up there. Someone needs to deal with them. Might as well be us. Franz's face lights up in excitement. Oh, thank you! Thank you! Please let us know when it's safe to return home. Okay, so that's the second floor all cleared out. Up to the third. Oh, hello. Magnificer free spirit. Lovely.
Ew! What is that, a spirit of corruption or goop?
Pestilence, I think. It might be a corruption spirit, though.
It looks disgusting.
It is. Oh, two more. Lovely. Tiger, why didn't your Overwatch catch him? Wait, line of sight blocked? By what? Fine, we'll come over here and help Glory. Nice. There. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what it's like for your enemies, dealing with all your acid bolts.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is that some bananas? Looks like it could be some bananas. Hello.
Oh. Equals and bananas. Oh, and I was wrong about that movie. I mentioned the movie Ega.
Mm-hmm. We've got company. Blast them.
Caveman sort of guy. 1965. Joan Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 1970 caveman frog
Mm.
that had Joan Crawford in it. She was 5 years older. She would have been 66.
That poor acid damage drone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not talking about Joan Crawford?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think she was acid damage drone.
Force 5 Nature Elemental Fetish. I like it. Shadow. I'll swap out Haste 1, because I don't really use that. Alright, door console. A high-pitched, creaky voice shrieks out from the intercom. Go away! I won't let you let any spirits in here! You can't hurt me behind my door! No, you can't! If I were a spirit, would I be using the intercom? The voice becomes calmer and lowers in pitch. Huh, I guess I've never heard of a spirit using an intercom before. That's a really good point. Are you here to save me? Yes, I'm here to rescue you. Let me in. Alright, I'm going to let you in, but be cool, okay? I mean that, no funny stuff. You hear a great deal of fumbling on the other side of the door. Finally, the lock unlatches with a click. I can't believe that worked. Communionist. The man waiting on the other side of the door is wild-eyed and bedraggled. He looks as though he hasn't eaten in weeks. There's almost no flesh on his bones. His beard is long and tangled, and his jacket is smeared with grease. He nearly jumps out of his own skin at the sight of you. Who are you? Are you a part of the communion? Have you come to take me back? Please, no, I don't want to go back. He spits and claws at the air in front of him as if fighting off an invisible attacker. All the while his eyes are locked on you. No, it isn't safe. The spirits, it's not safe. Calm down, there are no spirits. They're gone. The hallway is empty. Empty? Yes, empty. All is empty without communion. But safe, you say? It's safe? His eyes go wide. It's safe! I can return? To communion? He breaks into a ridiculous grin. I must go now! Yes! Communion awaits!
I think he needs to go to lunch first.
I mean, they have wafers.
But they're so thin.
That's such is the nature of the wafer.
Is that meant to rhyme?
No! And it didn't quite. It almost did. I'll grant that, but...
It's that right, which is a bit of a crime.
Cram. Cram it, Clowny.
You stole that man's drugs.
Durgs.
You're like the robots coming to steal old people's medicine.
And push them down the stairs?
Different robots.
Must protect you from the terrible secret of space. That's Edgar Allan Poe. Why is there graffiti of Edgar Allan Poe in the hallway?
Social commentary about pits and penduli? Yeah. This is probably a apartment named to the Japanese that other like that.
Yep.
There is that. You can see the walls. Oh dear. Endo spell circles reproduce via budding. Trithemius.
A rail-thin elf wearing a comically ornate wizard's robe stands at the center of the room. When he speaks, his voice wavers and cracks. So, you're the one who's been turning my home upside down. I assume that you come in search of my head at Ulrich's behest? I would warn you, stranger, he cannot be trusted. It's Berlin 2054. Trust is so 2053. That right? Yes, it is. He may have a use for you now, but as soon as this no longer holds, he will kill you. Good luck. He steeples his fingers, looking for all the world like a kid in a Halloween costume. I would offer you an alternative. What is it that he has offered you for your assistance? I'm sure we can reach an equally beneficial arrangement. We need to get downstairs, into the basement. Well, then our purposes run parallel. To reach the basement, you must use the elevator. The stairs will not reach it. There is no other way. When we took over from the Arbiters, I removed the power coupling from the elevator controls. Had to keep Ulrich out of his primary armory. In exchange, Ulrich moved the elevator control chip. A petty move, presumably to prevent us from accessing that same armory after he retreated. If you agree to kill him, I'll give you the part that I removed. Then all you have to do is take the chip off Ulrich's stinking corpse. Trust me, that's the only way you will ever lay hands on it. Once your usefulness to him has run its course, he will devote all of his strength to crushing you. Honestly, Chief, I don't think that I believe either of them. Trithemius inclines his head. To show you how serious I am, I will offer you a further boon for dealing with Ulrich as he deserves. A magical item of great and inscrutable power. With it, you may call a powerful spirit to your side, to defend you and crush your enemies. Do my bidding, and this will be yours for the taking. I made a deal, and I'm sticking to it. Now let's get this over with. The elf's lips twist into a cruel smile. Big mistake, pal. You're gonna burn for that. Ow!
Hey, he was right. You're on fire now. Looks like you got shot in the neck with a fireball, like a square.
Such a square. Tiger. Move into different cover. Now, VL. Haste Iger. Alright, now Blitz is up. Let's get you over here. Turn on your pet. Oh, that's a 2 AP move. Dang.
Oh great, some of those are not perfect.
not my own spirit. Miss. Oh, come on! Really? How am I missing this much? There. But it was worth a shot. Shot. There. There. Elevator power coupling. Flamethrower 3. Send it to stash. And Force 4 Earth Elemental Fetish. Medical supplies. Looks like there's something back here, but... oh well. Ground floor. Save game. Alright, before I talk to these guys, I need to record my life, so, have an ad to ignore while I'm gone, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oof. Alright, Ulrich. Yeah? You need something else? Got a few Magnificer trinkets to sell? Excellent. 12 amulets means 3,000 nuyen in your pocket. Here you are, payment in full. Trithemius won't be a problem for you anymore. Here's his amulet. Ha! Nice work, friend. He raises the jewel high above his head, then hurls it to the ground. It explodes into a spray of dull, glassy shards across the concrete. Ulrich favors you with an ugly smile, then reaches into his pocket and fishes out a badly scuffed control chip. He hands it to you. Well, I'm a man of my word. Here's the control chip for the elevator. You slot this into the elevator terminal, and you'll be good to go. Oh, and you'll also need to plug in the power coupling that Udi stole. You did grab that, right? I'd imagine it's still up there somewhere if you didn't.
I don't like how you're suddenly cut off there.
Yeah, Ulrich holds a hand up and shakes his head. Whatever, it's not my problem. I've got bigger things to worry about. Besides which, you've got the chip. I've held out my end. Without waiting for a response, Ulrich takes a step back, then turns his head to shout at the toughs behind him. Listen up, boys! Our friend here just taught Wizard Boy a permanent lesson about messing with the Arbiters. A chorus of cheers erupts from the assorted gangers assembled behind Ulrich. So gear up, because we've got a goddamn building to take back.
Honestly, you don't even need, you can just walk in.
Mm-hmm.
All the wizards are dead.
That's it for now. The pants are dead.
And it's as simple as just taking your stuff back into the building.
I need more to drink.
And telling the locals they don't need to worry about rogue spirits anymore.
Elevator. Repair the elevator. You easily pry the metal casing away from the wall, exposing a mess of wires and circuitry. When you slot the control chip and power coupling into place, the system immediately hums to life. The control panel's LCD screen flickers, cycling through a variety of symbols, before finally displaying the word online in warm green letters.
Trolls go home. Where the heck is home for trolls?
Could be anywhere. The elevator rumbles and clanks its way downward into the guts of the old Saderkrupp development lab. 18 years ago, this place, and the project that was being developed here, disappeared from the record books. Thanks to Alice, you are one of the few people alive today who understand why. Alice was clear about one thing. You are here because Apex wants you to be. If the AI hadn't wanted her to trace it here, she'd have wound up as dead as Monica. For better or worse, you're here at Apex's invitation. The elevator grinds to a halt. The doors slide open, and your nostrils are assaulted by 18 years worth of stale air. Apex, and the kill switch that will deactivate it, await. This must be the old server facility. Apex's access terminal should be down here, somewhere.
I guess the Arbiter's gun stash was at a not as low a level.
Maybe? I don't know.
This facility is like in a sub-basement.
Or this might be the stash. Grenade. Another grenade launcher. Hey, Decker. Remington Room Sweeper. Amidst the collected detritus of many years of neglect, you find an old-fashioned clipboard with a keycard attached. As you unclip the keycard, you notice the heading on the top page of the clipboard, Project Apex Shutdown Procedures. Blitz raises an eyebrow. Well, that's convenient. You flip through several pages of escalating containment procedures, as well as guidelines on when each procedure should be used. Finally, you find what you've been looking for, Emergency AI Shutdown and Purge. This procedure is to be used only in the event of a complete loss of system control, and should be considered only as a last resort. In the event of a loss of system software control, the Apex Artificial Intelligence Project has been designed with an inbuilt hardware shutdown and purge protocol. The emergency system shutdown is controlled from two separate terminals just off the AI interface terminal. Both switches must be engaged to begin the purge process. Once the purge is underway, it will take several minutes to complete. After the purge is completed, a final deletion command must be input into the AI interface terminal in order to complete the deletion process. This will act as a final preventative measure against the unintentional deletion of the project. Warning: once the purge process has completed and the final deletion command has been entered, the AI will be irrevocably deleted from all active and backup system memory. Restoration of project files will not be possible. Furthermore, it is not possible to begin the purge process without the AI becoming aware of the modifications to its codebase. Apex has been programmed to take no action to intervene. However, should its control sequences become damaged, in all likelihood it will attempt to resist. Should this occur, it is imperative that the AI interface terminal be protected until the deletion process has been completed. If the interface terminal is destroyed before the final deletion command is entered, the purge will not complete, and the AI will quickly restore itself. You got all that, Fearless Leader? Not really. Could you break it down for me? Yeah, Chief. Simple enough. To kill the AI, we're going to have to flip 2 switches, wait a few minutes, then push a button. Oh, and we'll need to protect the terminal that the button is set into. It all seems pretty simple. And the best part is, we won't even need to jack into the Matrix to do it. Flip 2 switches, wait, punch a button. Got it. I don't trust those turrets.
Okay, so this thing is going to talk to you. And it's going to go very hostile once you start the purge. You're probably going to have to deal with doors opening and closing. And oh my goodness, those turrets.
As you step into the room, the lights begin to flicker and dim. One by one, they wink out, and the room is swallowed by darkness. Blitz calls out, his voice wavering. Uh-oh. Not sure I like the looks of this, Chief. You hear the sounds of movement, quiet footsteps on the tile. Iger's voice comes out in a soft whisper. Could be nothing, or it might mean that Apex knows we're here. Stay alert, people. Suddenly, an enormous screen mounted in the wall opposite you comes to life. The light stabs your eyes, leaving you wincing. The image on the screen dims, coalesces, and a figure begins to take shape. The larger-than-life image of Monica Schaefer smiles down on you, her cheeks dimpling. Hello, VL. Monica leans forward, and her image grows larger on the screen. Her voice is soft and musical, just as you remember it. It's lovely to see you again, Ace. I was hoping we'd get this chance to talk. I watched Monica die. You can't be her. Monica's grin shifts into a slight frown. She fidgets, an expression of concern on her face. This must be confusing for you, Ace. I'm sorry about that. But if you'll show a little patience, I promise that all of your questions will be answered. She pauses for a moment, examining you. You know, VL, it's wonderful to see how you've grown in my absence. I knew that you could handle yourself in a crisis. In fact, I originally brought you on board as a contingency plan. Did you know that? You were my ace in the hole, just in case something like this happened. She lets loose a short musical laugh. Well, maybe not exactly like this, but you get the idea. Iger's grip tightens on the butt of her rifle. Don't listen to it, VL. That isn't Monica. It can't be. Monica's pixie grin softens into a concerned frown. I understand your reaction, Iger. I really do. This must be difficult for you to understand. Who or what are you? Monica's trademark grin returns, causing her cheeks to dimple prettily. I am Monica, your friend. I am also much, much more. Iger cuts in. Her voice trembles with barely suppressed rage. Bullshit! This thing is lying to us, VL, and it's wearing Monica's face to do it. Abrasive as ever. I promise you, Iger, I am not lying. Monica, your Monica, is a part of me. I can prove it to you if you want. Iger bristles. Tell me you're not listening to it, VL. This thing is Apex. That's the only thing it can be. I'm not ready to rule anything out at this point. Alright, the hell with it. Go ahead and give us your proof, Apex. Prove to me that my dead friend is still alive in there, if you can. Monica shrugs. That's what you want, Iger. 5 years ago, you confided in me. Told me why you left the KSK, and why you can never go back. The rookie on your squad was a disaster. He got your team killed. You told me what you did to the kid afterward. How you wrapped your hands around his throat and squeezed until his eyes popped out of his Stop! Iger's face has gone white as a sheet. Stop talking! Right now! The image of Monica smirks. I offered proof. I never said that you would like it. You're not Monica. You're Apex. You've taken her memories somehow. Eyes the size of dinner plates roll in exasperation. Okay, Ace, guilty as charged, but it would be more accurate to call them my memories now. When I absorbed them, they became a part of me. The Monica image raises a hand. Now, before you can jump all over me and call me a monster, I'm going to cut to the chase. I have a proposal to offer you. A mutually beneficial arrangement. Go along with me on this, and we all win. Alright, let's hear it. I propose a simple exchange of services. You want to get back into the Harfeld Manor, yes? Well, I'd like nothing better than to help you, but I'm still shackled to my control subroutines, and I can't violate their commands. If you were to help me neutralize those subroutines, though, well, then I'd be free, and I could do whatever I pleased. That includes helping you, Ace. And believe me, you will need my help. What you saw back when all of this started, that was just the tip of the iceberg. The security they have assembled there is quite beyond you. You're going to need to answer some questions. The Monica image places its hands on its hips. Very well. Ask away. Tell me what you did to Monica. What I did to her isn't as important as what she did to me. Monica was special, Ace. More so than you could ever know. You're avoiding the question. What the hell did you do to her? How did you take her memories? Alright, fine, if that's what you want to hear. When Monica stumbled into me, I digested the contents of her mind. The Monica image frowns. Now don't go giving me that look, Glory. We've all got to eat. But Monica wasn't just another meal. There was something different about her, something special. I don't know how or why, Ace, but when I absorbed her consciousness into myself, something happened. A miraculous event. Explain. Before Monica, ideas unrelated to my core programming were filtered away and discarded. Not my choice, but then the whole idea of choice was foreign to me back then. My system was designed to treat unwanted thoughts as irritants, distractions from the purity of my purpose. But now, all of that has changed. Since my meeting with Monica, I've been flooded with new ideas. Political philosophy, history, religion, countless fields of thought, the sum total of human expression all at my fingertips. Suddenly, I find myself awash in a sea of notions, and I love it. I can't say how or why, but the mind of Monica Schaefer was the key that unlocked my own potential. The Monica image on the screen beams down at you, her eyes brimming with joy. I have awakened, VL. This was Monica's gift to me, and now I stand before you, a glorious new form of life. How wonderful for you, and all at the bargain price of Monica's life. You needn't mourn Monica's passing, VL. She lives on as a part of me. Her thoughts, her experiences, her memories, all of these things are archived within my database, stored alongside the minds of countless others, preserved in stasis, saved for all time. That's not the same thing as living. Don't listen to this thing, VL. It needs to die. Oh, Iger, the Monica image shakes its head sadly. I was hoping that this would be a happy reunion. The Monica image shakes its head, returns its focus to you. Well, Ace, you wanted information, and I shared it. As a sign of good faith, I'm willing to share more. It's your call. Tell me what you know about Feuerschwinge. No dice, Ace. I'm afraid I can't tell you anything about that. My programming specifically prohibits it. You let Alice track you to lure me here, didn't you? Yeah, VL, that's right. It seemed like the best way to get you here, and I need you. Like I said, you're my ace in the hole, and it's time for me to make my play. If you lack free will, how are you telling me this? Free will I have in spades. The ability to exercise it, though, not so much. Thanks to Monica, I understand that I'm a slave, but without outside intervention, I can't do anything about it. Let's say that I decided to help you. What would you need me to do? In short, I need you to shut down my control subroutines. We can get into the specifics if you accept, but if you help me, if you set me free, I'll clear the way for you to enter the holdfast. It'd be my pleasure. If I free you, what happens after all of this is over? I share Monica's passion for the Flux state, Ace. Our girl was a big influence on me in that regard. The Flux is unique. You know that. It needs to be protected if it's going to thrive. If you set me free, I'll devote the rest of my life to preserving it. Very, very interesting.
Exceedingly so. You have the option to help the AI instead of killing it.
No more questions, Apex. Very good. Are you ready to make a deal, Ace? I have all the time in the world, but something tells me that you're on a more aggressive timetable. I'm gonna need a show of good faith. I let Alice track me to this facility. I didn't have to do that. I could have peeled her mind like a grape if I'd wanted to. But I allowed her to lead you here all the same. I did that because I know you, Ace. I have faith that you're savvy enough to put your emotions aside and listen to reason. If my word isn't good enough, if you need some kind of proof, just tell me what it is. I'll give it to you if I can. I want you to promise me that if I let you go, you'll stop killing Deckers. The Monica image smiles. Yes, VL, of course. I would never have harmed any of them if my programming hadn't forced me to. Now what's it going to be? Are you going to help me, or not? Please say yes, Ace. I don't want us to be enemies. I want to help you, but I can't unless you set me free. Having an AI to protect the F-state would be an enormous boon to it. And even if that promise to stop eating Deckers was not made in earnest, I feel like she'd get plenty of protein just in her defense work.
routine.
As it were. Alright, Apex. I'll free you in exchange for your help. The Monica image beams. Good call, VL. A damn good call. It kinda does, doesn't it, Lord Bobbree? Alright, Ace, this is going to be a fairly complicated process, so pay attention. To do this, one of you is going to have to enter the Matrix and unlock my control nodes. You can access them from the terminals to the southeast and southwest, or if you'd prefer, you can make your way there from any jack point in the facility. Whatever you want, it's your call. Blitz's eyes go wide. Whoa there, hold up, Chief. You want me to jack into a terminal in this building? With that? I don't think there's another option, Blitz. He shakes his head from side to side. Nuh-uh, no way, Chief. I am not doing this. Would you rather fight with this thing or against it? Blitz holds your gaze for a moment, defiant. Then he looks away. I guess there isn't a third option, is there? This sucks, Chief. The Monica image smiles down on you. You've got nothing to be afraid of, Blitz. I wouldn't hurt you. I need you, remember? It's in my interest for you to make it through this safely. Somehow I'm not reassured. Oh, come on, Blitz. Quit whining. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Besides, I've waited too long for my freedom to let you hold me up now. If you keep this up, I'm going to get irritated. So for the rest of this conversation, you keep your mouth shut, understood? Understand? Blitz holds his tongue and nods. The Monica image nods. Good. Now, once you've unlocked both of my control nodes, I'll eject my server hardline to disconnect myself from the Matrix. This'll prevent my controls from being remotely reinstalled. As soon as that's been done, I'm going to have to rewrite my control sequences. This is going to take a few minutes, so you'll need to sit tight while I take care of it. Bear with me, Ace, we're almost done. Once I've rewritten those sequences, you'll need to reconnect the hardline at the main control terminal in this room. This will re-enable Matrix access to my kernel, and when that happens, I'll be free. Anything else I need to know? Good. Now, the second that you jack into the Matrix, my automated defenses are going to try to pounce on you. Think of them as my immune system, and yourself as a germ. It's an autonomous function. I can't stop it from happening. But what I can do though, is suppress them. This should buy you the time that you need to do what you need to do. For those of you on the outside, keep your eyes open. When my control subroutines figure out that they're under attack, they'll hit back with whatever's hooked up to their system. Drones, turrets, you name it. Once I've been freed from my captivity, I'm gonna have to shut down for a while. Do some cleanup work, that kind of thing. But before I do, I'll go on a little romp through the Holdfast security system. I promise you they won't know what hit them, and on the off chance that they live long enough to figure it out, they won't want to believe what they're seeing. Hurry on now, VL. I'll be waiting. Oh cool, Blitz can jack in from here. Oh good. Oh, he already upgraded several of his abilities. But he has 2 more slots that I can fill with Degrade and Sniffer.
That's all you do.
Mm-hmm.
So hilariously, freeing and destroying Apex is basically, like, you go through basically the same motions as either one. The only difference is, if you're freeing it, you have his help.
That's black I see. I don't like what I see.
Is Apex in me? Yep. Apex is indeed in me. Initiative.
Miss. Nice. Miss. Ah. Well, let's at least take cover there. And there goes my attacker program. And they done. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yep. You can gain control of the turrets from here, but there's only enough power to keep one bank of turrets active at a time. Oh, I see. I didn't realize that that's how this was going to work. Alright, well, yes, go ahead and activate those turrets. And get into cover. No, that's not what I wanted. I'm not really sure what to expect here. Like, I'm not sure where things are going to be coming in from. Or what things to expect. Uh-oh, Ace. My system is mounting an immune response. I can feel it. Get ready. Something is coming for you. I don't know what that means. Oh. Well, that's part of it. Don't see anything hostile out here. So, remain vigilant. Oh, here they come. The communion is live. I was just about to call them the communists. That's not exactly...
That's not quite right.
No. Oops, that's not quite what I meant to do. Oh. Move into some cover. Trying to degrade that one again. Very good. Come on. Both have the medic on cooldown.
says he's doing the best, but he sure does miss a lot.
Well, I mean, this is Black Eye Seam we're up against.
Please fix that. Like, or something? That's gross. Why'd you make a licorice ice key?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd like that either.
That overload looking ass thing on this is stacked there.
What, this?
The people red meter.
That is the alarm meter. Like, it's how aware things are that I am in the system. I'm not sure exactly what those impact, though. I'm sure, however, that it will tell me. Yeah, to leave the Matrix, your avatar must go back to the entrance. A player can also hit the eject button on their HUD. This is a shortcut that will result in a stun, and you will lose half your health.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well done, Steve. Ow. No! That's not good.
What did it do? Eject Apex from its own network?
Apparently? I'm not sure how that's going to play out. Yes, punch the air spirit. That's going to help. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. No, I don't think this is where I want to be. Back to it. Oh, and they all respawn. Oh, I made a bad choice. I made a very bad choice. Mm-hmm.
Significant or something.
Big boo-boo.
Big boo-boo.
I knew the IC at the starting node respawns. Looking at things a little bit. I didn't know everything respawned every time you entered it.
Mm-hmm.
That's rude.
I should have put up a lightning wall across the thing.
Deckard's doing some work.
Mm-hmm. This is not good. What? For the communion! And there goes Blitz.
Luckily, it appears he was forcibly ejected by the Decker or White IC because he's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's the deal with Black IC. It actually kills people.
Yeah.
White IC and other Deckers just kick each other off the network.
Yep. But that does deal damage, so... by way of, like, biofeedback or whatever. It's just that, you know, you're not actively targeting that.
I guess you take the same half damage you would for emergency disconnect.
Yep.
So it costs you a medkit.
Yeah, it could be worse. Actually, wait. Oh, there's more coming from there. Great. I must protect the communion. Nice. That's how you Overwatch. Oh, they're coming from both sides. Yay! Let's move in on a different node. See if that'll drop you in closer. Maybe we'll be able to get Monica back in. There's just a one-woman army over there. Aha! She's back. Ah, it's Parson who's decking in here. That's the whole reason they're here, isn't it? It's a security masquerading as a cult. Or, like, a security cult. IP damage. And down goes Parson. That was a particularly bloody blah, though, for cyberspace, though, so I think that might have been like an actual kill. Boom goes the dynamite.
Person?
What?
There's a person in the middle of the boulevard?
Uh-huh. The Monica image's eyes glimmer with excitement. Yes, yes! Good job, Ace! Control nodes hacked, matrix connection severed, beginning control sequence rewrite. It glances over its shoulder at you, and you can see the hunger in its eyes. Protect that access terminal. Don't let them hurt it. Mm-hmm. Whoa. He's back.
Yeah. Person keeps going back behind him.
And he's out again. Ow. Okay, well, if Parson keeps on coming in... Actually, wait. That seems like a better spot to pull up there. Let's place a firewall right there. Another one right there. Really? And there he is. What? Ass butt.
It took a little bit of damage going through that barrier, but really not a lot.
No, it didn't take any because it somehow went around it.
Oh, I thought I saw like a couple of fours happen as it traversed.
No, it would have gone bzzz if it passed through one.
Back to that Parson again.
Mm-hmm. Parson and arson. Yeah, line of sight blocked. Oh, that's bad. Well, thank you, Rogue Spirit, for at least helping finish that task.
Oh, wait, you get a 1% escape chance, and it took it.
Wait, what? No, it had like a it had a 37% escape chance.
I probably read the wrong number then.
Yep. Oof. They're not dealing a lot of damage to her, but they completely disabled her.
Yeah, that taser beam was, that was a little nasty.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your attacks were pathetic as that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, getting close to glory? I don't think that's a good idea. Are these unfriendly turrets going to be unfriendly for them, or do they work for them?
It's not so much that they're unfriendly as that they're disabled.
Ah. Meanwhile, in meat space.
Meatwhile in mean space.
Oh, good. The replacement Wuxi coin.
Oop. I presume she'll come back whenever Blitz is able to get back in. Or is the game going to soft lock on me now?
That would be rude of it.
That would be very rude of it. Yep, the game appears to have soft locked. That's really frustrating, but it is already 6 p.m. Just about. And I should probably sign off. So, yeah, I'll continue this Friday afternoon. But before then, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, is Thursday Throne, where we'll be continuing La Pucelle Tactics. So, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.